Good morning. Hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. Got my main man Nugget over there. Got the alarm system back here. Also got, look at here, Arlo and Holly out here with me. You might be wondering, what in the world are you doing this morning there, Farmer Jason? Well, y'all, let me tell you. I don't know why I started it, but something just in my mind said I should do it. I enjoy it, so that's one reason. But this is day 14. Day 14. 14 days in a row that I have hiked at least 1 mile. So for 14 days straight, which I am kind of proud of myself. You know how it is. You get to doing something, or you want to start something, and it is just tough. It does get easier though. Absolutely gets easier. It's a lot easier on day 14 than it was day 4. I can promise you. But yeah, that's what I do every morning. I get up, drink some coffee, eat some breakfast, and me and Brooke talk, and then off I go on my little hike here on the property. I'll show you where all I go. Good morning, good morning, good morning, Bovine. How y'all doing this morning? Big Moo Man, see, it's 100% better, y'all. Everybody's doing well. Always look at everybody while I do my little walk. But I have come to really enjoy the walk because can't do it because I'm filming with my phone, but I will turn on my Merlin app. And what I find myself doing now is I'm trying to learn the birds without depending on the app. So I use the app. I hear a bird and I say, that's a indigo bunting. And then I look at the app and see if I'm right. So I've been kind of playing that game. And I have learned several birds on my little hike. As you see, I walk down in front of the barn, or in front of the cow pasture, and then I come down the side of our property right here, right through here. Got a field sparrow, which is an easy one. Sounds like a ping pong ball. Listen. You hear it? It goes choo, 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 doo, 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 doo. Very easy one for me to remember. But we come down through here. This is why it's more of a hike than an actual, I think that was a cardinal, than just like a regular walk. I call it a hike because I'm actually hiking through the woods and on our property. You can see here's my walk through here. It's starting to form a trail. I don't know if the showing up on camera, but I can see it. I can start to see where I'm walking through the same spot almost every day now. So we're starting to form a little trail. Now right here is where Brooks' little plot was with her chufa right here. But y'all, we had we've had a little setback on this per se. If you look right here, this is our neighbor's property. I actually saw 3 wild turkey here day before yesterday walking through. But the other day, Brooke and myself heard something, and we saw some orange signs on our neighbor's property. And we thought, maybe he's getting some timber cut. I don't know. But we heard something going on and didn't know what it was. And we kind of felt like that he would have said something if he had planned something, you know, like if he was logging or something over there. But he didn't. But then again, that didn't surprise me either. It's his property. He can do what he wants to do to it. But I wonder if they're cutting the power lines. Now, we keep ours pretty clean, so we did plant that food plot right there. And, well, several days went by We could hear them cutting, hear some machinery. And I thought, well, heck, if they were cutting the power lines, they'd been over here by now. I was wrong on that. If you can look, you can see they cut all this. They cut everything back. They came down through here. If you look, it is a perfect square. See how they come through there? So they had several pieces of equipment. They had a bush hog that came and cut everything, including our food plot for the deer and the turkeys. And they came through here with this giant saw and cut these trees right down. You can see it's a perfect line on both sides because we do have a power line on our property. Now, we knew we had a power line on our property, and well, we thought if we kept it clean, then they wouldn't come through here, but I guess they technically have to come through here. And there's a gate all the way. I mean, there's a gate on each person's property that they have lots and, or they have access to, I should say. I would say they could or would have to let you know they were coming. But I started thinking about the logistics of that. I don't know how long this power line is. How would they have everybody's contact information? Not, there's the wood thrush. Not everybody lives on their property. Like our neighbor over, he doesn't live over there. You would think they would have to let you know, but at the same time, I understand how that could be really hard to gather all that information. I don't know, I know how logistics works a little bit. So I'm sure that there's something in some fine print somewhere that says they can come on here anytime they want to. I'm absolutely sure of it. This kind of worries me about the little dream I had that we talked about earlier, that we actually made a video on. And that is, when we get up here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. That is right here. So if you guys remember, I want to turn this spot, probably, maybe even all the way across the pond dam, all this right through here, into a wildflower or a native Alabama prairie. Okay, that's what I would love to do here. But if I do that, will the power company come through here and mow it down? Okay, so that is one question that popped in my head. And I told Brooke, I was like, there's no way I can grow a native prairie, do all that work, and for it to get just zoop and it's gone, you know? I don't know. I don't know. Thinking back, I wished I had asked the gentleman, because I did actually talk to him. At the time, he was wanting to know, could he use our gate to go eat lunch with? Extremely nice, y'all. Extremely, extremely nice. So now I'm thinking back, I don't know what I was thinking, but I wish that I asked him. I wish that I asked him, and he may or may not have known, you know. So, is this a setback? Should I not do this? So that's been my mind, that I shouldn't do it. I just should leave it alone. But I will say this, they were very, very, very careful around here. They didn't bother my tarp. They really didn't touch any of this. We kind of keep it cut anyways. They came down through here. Our bush hog is right here, and they didn't mess with it at all. And if you look right here, Brooke had a pile of stuff here that she piled up and is going to burn, and they cut around it. They left this alone. They left the trampoline alone that was up there. They kind of didn't mess with anything that we had in place. So that kind of gives me an idea that they may not mess with it. And I start thinking about other places I can do what I want to do. Me and Brooke talked about it. Is that definitely down through here. I got another idea that I'm doing a ton of research on right now to see if it's possible. And I'll show you guys that here in just a second. But I'm also thinking, I'm going to grow that anyways. I really do. If they cut it down, it's not the end of the world. It'll grow right back. And it looks like they come, and we did research on this too, every 5 years. So every 5 years, they'll come through and clean it off. I'll have it good and established then. if they were to cut it back, it's not going to hurt anything. It's going to grow right back. So I think I'm still going to continue on with this back here in the back. Even though they may cut it down, it will still be there. But I'm also going to tell you what I'm researching and possibly doing in another spot of the farm as well. All right, got my hike over with. Got me some water and finishing off my last little bit of coffee here this morning. Now let's get some animals taken care of, and let me go show you my plan out there where I want to do well, I'll tell you about it when I get out there. And we got Derek the farrier coming today. And if we can, we're going to try to collect some more of Star's poop and get that taken over to Dr. D for some more analysis. And I got us a day full today. Sure do. Definitely appreciate your company. Right, Holly?
Well, look at here this morning. The big man is up and waiting at the trough to be fed. This is absolutely incredible. He's been doing this since we showed y'all the update where he's doing better. He seems like he's back to normal. Big Moody waiting on food. That's what we wanted to see. We got a new member of the bovine community today, and that is Miss Star. You can tell she's not a bovine, but she's over here for a reason, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. All right, come on, Star. Let's see if you won't come through and get fed over here. This is her first morning to be fed back here, and I don't want to feed her with the cows. I want her to come through this gate over here, and I've got her feed on the side of the fence. So hopefully, I know she's very obedient and she's willing to please. So I think this is going to go okay. We're going to find out. I know how intimidating this must be to her to have to walk through this crew, but yesterday when we put her in here with the cows, y'all, it was like she had been around cows all her life. Of course, we don't know her history, so she may have been, but she walked right up to them and acted like she'd been with them forever. I did not bring a halter, so I want you to just follow me. Come on, girl. Come on. Come on, sweet girl. Come on. Come on, it's okay. Might have to go back and get a halter, but I hope not. Come on. Come on. Yeah, that big guy, he's something else over there, isn't he? Big Moody. Big Moody, you want some loving this morning, big man? Yeah. He said, I'm just a gentle giant. Look at how much taller he is than Mildred standing beside him. All right, let's see. This is the one you have to worry about. The youngest of the bunch, and by far the most rambunctious. And by the looks of things, she may have been fed with cows at one time. You just never know. I mean, she's standing here at the trough like she's going to have her feed poured in there. And in some places, that's the way it's done. Well, I'm going to grab a halter. Of course, I don't mean that she would eat cow feed. I mean sweet feed or something more universal. All right, crew. Coming through. Coming through. Out of the way, big man. Move back. Matilda. And Miss Star. All right, come on, girl. I'm going to walk you around the backside so you won't have to go through the crew. I have a halter on Star, and I bet it won't take but a couple of times for her to do this to realize that she's going to come in the back of the barn area when she eats every morning. Come on, girl. Atta girl.
Good morning, Pink. How you doing, girl? How you doing? Let's get you fed too. Yeah, let's get you fed too, beautiful. While I'm getting these guys prepared here, there is one little thing that I do want to clarify. And that was that some people could not believe that I left the farm and went on a trip with Mary Carl while Moody's foot was hurting. Now, I do want to explain this. Most of y'all may already know, but if not, number one is that Brooke is more than capable of running this farm with or without me. Brooke can do anything on this farm that I can do. Number two is Dr. D is a phone call away. He literally lives 20 minutes from us. Also, I was an hour and a half away. Number three is this was not just some type of little fun trip. It's not just bird watching. Mary Carl was paid. This was a job. She was paid by the Alabama Audubon Association to be a guide at this event. Matter of fact, I think I mentioned in the last video, she is the youngest ever guide for the Alabama Audubon for these type of events. At least that's what we were told this week. So yeah, Mary Carl was hired out. She was paid to do this. Also, all this counts towards her future. These hours, these volunteer hours and internships she's been doing with the state and the Alabama Audubon Association, all this counts towards her future. All these hours count towards her credits and her future. So this isn't just some, she thoroughly enjoys it and I enjoy her company, but this is more than just a little, getaway. So I hope that does clarify that for the ones that were questioning why I did go on that trip. I would also like to mention that Catherine from G&G Farm is 10-15 minutes away. Nick and Zoe Chestnut Hills is about 20 minutes away. I told you Dr. D is about 20 minutes away. And Clack at the Clack Shack is 5 minutes or less away. And Moody was not a life or death situation. He just had a hurt foot and we're waiting for the antibiotics to work, like Dr. D said. And it took an extra day than he thought for that to happen. So it was fine, absolutely fine. Hey, boy. Hey, boy. All right, let's get you right here. Back it up. There you go, sir. Come on, Reska. Don't go out that gate. Don't need you to go out that gate. No. Go on over to your spot now. There you go. There you go, babe. There you go, beautiful. There you go. All right, Miss Maggie. I must let you guys know Mr. Derek is coming today. Yes, he is. Get y'all's feet taken care of. Yeah, he is. Yes, he is. Somebody braided your hair, didn't they? Who braided your hair? Mary Carl do that? Mary Carl come braid your hair for you? So I know y'all don't see her because she wants to remain private. But yeah, Mary Carl does interact with the animals. She does have her own set of chores she does. She comes and loves on the horses and all that. But like braiding Maggie's hair right here. Mary must have thought you needed your hair braided, so we're gonna leave that in there. Yeah. Love you, baby. I know you're gonna act right for Derek. Yeah, I know you'll act right, won't you, buddy? Yeah. I know you will. Yes, sir. Let's get you on this other side, partner. Yeah, Mary didn't braid your hair, did she? She did not. Reska's got a little short mane because of the breed of horse she is. So it ain't much to braid there, is it? It is not much to braid. There you go, sir. Love you too, buddy. Y'all can see Miss Reska's mane right here. How short it is. But that's just the breed of horse she is. Yep. Yeah, it is, isn't it, girl? I guess there'd have been a little bit there. I have to ask Mary Carl why she decided to braid Maggie's hair. Who knows? Here you go, gorgeous. You may have been out in the pasture, right? And you may have. Maybe Maggie came over here and wanted some Mary Carl time, right? All right, girl. Love you too. Yes, I do. Love you too. Good breakfast, brother? Good breakfast? Yeah, that's a good one there. Good breakfast this morning.
All right, Miss Peaches. Breakfast is served, girl. Sure is. And Pocket, you're up next. Loretta, you sure are cute with those little waddles hanging down. Peaches doesn't have those, just so you know. Just something that you have. Well, Miss Star has finished with her food, so has the cows, and she's been brushed. And I had an email from somebody wanting to know what the horse brushes. That's a little bit of we're going to call it stardust on my head from brushing her. She was a little dirty this morning. I had an email wanting to know what the brush is called that we like so much, and I have a feeling they were talking about this one. And you guys were so gracious to send us a few of these from different followers. So hope this helps you because I can't find the email. So I did not explain why you are over here in the cow pasture area. Jason and I noticed a couple of days ago that while she was out in the pasture that we had her in, her nostrils were flaring a little bit. And that was different than what we had noticed in the past. And so took a short video, and of course, you know, we are always concerned about anything that's a little off with our animals. Reached out to the wonderful Dr. D, and he immediately replied, it looks like a summer allergy, or what some people call summer heaves. And so Jason and I got to examining the pasture that she was in, and lo and behold, do y'all remember all the old hay that I spread out trying to get the grass to grow? Well, it's doing a good job of getting the grass to grow. So we decided it would be in her best interest, and Dr. D suggested as well to move her in another location if possible. So the cow pasture is the next best place for that to be, that's away from our other horses. So back into the cow pasture she will go, and of course she's still getting lots of loving.
All right, Holly. Let's go show everybody my hope to be future plan. Hope to be. Yeah. So here I am in the pasture where we run our chickens, right here. Now, me and Brooke have tossed this idea around several times since we have been here. But, you know, just something we've kind of tossed around. And that is turning this area into a meadow, wildflower meadow, or wildflower prairie, however you want to call it. And also run our chickens through here. Now, we do plant gardens in here, but I still think I can kind of do both. I may have a designated area that's strictly for gardening, and I've been tossing around that idea a good little bit, because since I've slimmed down how much gardening I do as I'm getting older, and time is, you know, is what it is. Mary Carl is getting older. Y'all, Mary Carl is 16 years old. She'll be 17 this year. 17. So how much longer do I have before she's gone? You know what I mean? So I've kind of slimmed down on some stuff. Mostly gardening in the back. Now I got sweet potatoes over here, and we grew those green beans. But most everything I've grown over here this summer, besides sweet potatoes and green beans, has been flowers. We got the sun hemp here. I got the sunflowers over here, the zinnias, the buckwheat. It's all been flowers. And I'm gonna tell y'all, Brooke and myself, we have 2 zero-turn lawnmowers. And when we team up, it takes us around 3 to 4 hours to cut our grass. And that's teaming up. And if we don't team up, it's gonna take us 2 days. This pasture that I'm in now, where the chickens are, takes about, I don't know, probably about an hour to do itself. So we're starting to think of ways how we could cut down on grass cutting, for one, bring back native plants, and also attract all of our native animals and insects as well. And how can I balance this with farming and the animals, and is it possible? So I believe this is something that I may give a whirl. Now this pasture is roughly an acre to acre and a half, give or take. I have to go back and remeasure it. But my thinking is that this fall we would burn this pasture, control burn it, and start planting native seeds out here to attract all the birds, the bees, the butterflies, the insects, all the natural life that will do. It will also restore this area, and to run our chickens through here. We won't have to cut the grass, and this will kind of, well, my hoping is it will kind of keep itself sustained, because it would just reseed itself year after year after year after year. Now I would put walking trails through here and all that. I do think that it will be beautiful, it'll be sustainable, it'll be a lot less work in the long term, and it will be a whole lot better for our farm and for the animals and probably for the chickens and everybody as a whole. So that is what I really would love to do out here. I can just see it, just a beautiful acre-long wildflower native prairie out here, a meadow. As for the back, what do you think? I'm really leaning towards planting that still. I really am. If they chop it down, I think it'll just grow right back. I really do. I don't think it will decimate it. They don't use any herbicides at all. They just run a bush hog through there. And I don't think in the long term that's going to mess anything up at all. Now this isn't going to be something that's going to happen overnight at all. This will be no, it'll be stages, I can tell you that for sure. And I don't think I'll tarp this out here. I think come fall, when it starts to die down, we'll control burn this and try to get that native seed bank up and seed this ourselves. Oh, I did fail to mention one more thing, is that if I get this established and turn it into a native pasture, native prairie, guess what? I don't have to worry about fertilizing. I don't have to worry about lime. I don't have to worry about any of that, because that will take care of itself. Not to mention that 99% of the native grasslands and wildflower prairies and meadows in Alabama are gone. 99%. Most of it's been replaced with agriculture, of course. Big pastures with Bermuda and Bahia grasses, and farming such as cotton, corn, and soy. Well, look who I found right here in here with her babies. If you missed Brooke's last video, then you don't know that we had some Silky chicks that hatched. How many is it, Brooke?
It's 4 chicks.
4 chicks.
Had 7 eggs that I put up under them, and they had 10 days to go.
Yeah.
They were from a lady, actually the lady that we got Holly from. And she had some Silky eggs in the incubator, and I only wanted 2 eggs.
Yeah.
But she had 7 in, and she said, well, why don't you just take all 7? And so I really didn't want 7 chicks, but I'm glad I didn't take just 2.
I'm glad you didn't take 2 either.
Because there would have been a chance, nothing would have hatched. Because 7 eggs and 4 chicks hatched and 3 mamas.
Oh, look at that one with his head sticking out under her wing.
So
see if I can get a video of it real quick. Look, y'all. Look at he's sticking his head out on his mama, under his mama's wing right there. Oh my goodness. There it goes. There it is.
Oh, there I am.
Oh my goodness.
So earlier when I first came in the barn, I could hear one of them like that.
Yeah.
That, and it was constant. And I thought,
now
what in the world? Now she's, yeah. What in the world is going on? And it was just standing over here by itself, just to holler, and no rhyme, no reason. It could have gone and joined in with the mamas. But these 3 mamas are doing an excellent job with raising these babies. And we intentionally don't have shavings over here in this corner.
Yeah.
Because they are so tiny. Silkies are tiny chickens anyway. But the chicks are really, literally that tall.
Yeah, they're itty bitty.
We didn't want the shavings to get all in their water and feed. So, there's shavings all around here. But where their water and feed is, no shavings. There's another one poking its head out.
That one's kind of silver, isn't it? Or there's another one under there too. We can see it just for a second.
Well, there's 2 that are dark colored. And there's one that's light colored with kind of stripes. And one of them, like you said, silver. I think it's more of you would call it a lavender.
Lavender.
It's back here right now. She's gonna move, I think, so you can see her. But if I had to pick a favorite color, it would be the last one that hatched.
What color is it?
That's the lavender.
Okay.
And I did not think there was going to be 4. So these girls are happy. Very, very happy, sharing their mother duties.
Yeah, Silkies are so broody and want to be mama so
there she is.
bad.
See her?
I see her. Oh, that is the lavender one, isn't it? Sure is. Look at there. There's a little piece of paper behind her. You see it?
Oh, it's the eggshell.
Oh, it's the eggshell. Oh, it's one of the ones that hatched.
I thought I got them all up.
Yeah, that one's kind of hidden over there. Look at there. She is pretty, though. Or he.
Is.
We don't know what it is
We don't know what it is. It's a 50-50 chance.
The Silky chicks are by far the cutest chick there is.
They are.
And it's not even close.
It's not even close. There were so many people that commented on my video, I've got to get some Silkies.
They are just precious.
The mamas are beautiful as well.
The mamas are beautiful. Yeah, Silky chickens are gorgeous.
This chicken here in the middle, she is not a Silky. She's a Cochin. She's a Cochin Silky mix.
Okay.
Do you have a favorite of the 3 mamas?
I guess Aunt B.
You think?
I guess so, because of the emus, I reckon. I guess that's why I'm just partial to her, I reckon. The solid black one is beautiful, though.
She is. Now, she came from Bobby Porto.
Okay.
Who is a Silky breeder down in Florida. And she was so gracious to just send me some Silky eggs to hatch.
Oh, my gracious. They're so cute. They're so cute. So, Derek the farrier's coming. He's going to get the horses trimmed up today.
Gotcha.
You got some poop that we need to take back to Dr. D.
Yes.
Do some more looking.
I've been following Star around for days upon days, and they just don't go when you want them to.
That's right.
Matter of fact, I've said 30 more minutes.
Yeah.
And she won't go, and so I come out, another time, and it just so happened that I collected some. So it's in a cooled place and ready to be examined by Dr. D.
About to head over to Dr. D's and take him the sample. You have to do it fresh. Can't wait too long. And you can collect it and put it in the refrigerator. And that's what we have done. Got it right here. Y'all don't want to see that. Y'all don't even want to show that to you. Who wants to see a bag of horse poop, right? Make sure that was my only one. Make sure I didn't grab... Make sure I didn't grab the wrong thing. But I do have it right there. And gonna put it in a little cooler, a little styrofoam cooler we keep for stuff like this. That's all that goes in it. And get this on over to Dr. D. What's going on, Poogie? Now we can make sure your baby don't have any worms.
Let's hope not.
Let's hope not.
It's a possibility. I mean, they had already dewormed her, but It may have been that she has a different kind of parasite than with that wormer. Dewormer.
Correct.
We say wormed.
I know it.
And we get corrected sometimes saying, don't you mean dewormed?
Yeah.
But it's, I don't know if it's a southern thing or not.
I don't know what it is. But we do say we gotta worm the horses.
We gotta worm the horses. Not deworm, we gotta worm them.
Yeah.
Smells good in there.
Oh goodness. We're dropping it off in the drop box and his assistant is on the way to come get it. There we go. Just like that.
Got it.
Got it. All right, Derek the farrier is almost here, so let's go get the horses' hooves taken care of. Give me that, baby. You ready? You ready? You ready? Appreciate you hanging out with me, Brooke, all the animals today. Hope you have the best day ever. I hope your day's as fun as Holly's when she gets to play ball, which is pretty much every day. Oh my goodness. Thank you for being with us. We got the horse's feet done. Drop it. Drop it. Catch you guys on the next one. Y'all be good.